How impressive were they, Clinton?
Really good, to be fair. Listen, Preston made it really difficult in that first half, but it took Aston Villa a bit of time. And then when Preston stepped on in the second half, Villa exploited that. And with the pace they've got in them front areas and the ability they have in them number 10 areas, they're always going to cause them problems. So, yeah, big result. On to the next one for Aston Villa. They're in, as I said, a lot of competition still and challenging to finish in the Champions League spot. So, yeah, positive performance from them.
How big a day for Marcus Rashford? Does it feel like a breakthrough?
Yeah, it's a huge day. Listen, I think since he's gone to Aston Villa and walked in the door, it's been a big day for Marcus Rashford. We all want to see the Marcus Rashford that we saw of 2 or 3 previous seasons.
Especially England fans, yeah.
Exactly, with a smile on his face. He looks like he's enjoying his football. Sometimes a different challenge and a different voice, your game goes to another level, and he's definitely showed that today. And I know people say it can be against Championship opposition. He still was a threat. He looked really lively after scoring his first goal.
The first goal as well was a bit of a poacher's goal, wasn't it? Playing centrally, was there any hope that he can play there more often? What do you think?
Well, yeah, but listen, Ollie Watkins is the main number 9, but if Ollie Watkins picks up an injury, Aston Villa sold their other player who usually plays in that position in John Duran, who went to El Nassr. So you need someone, obviously, to replace that and become like that. And there's loads of competition for places. I think if Unai Emery says to Rashford, can you do a job as a number 9, he'll definitely do it. He didn't look happy when he had to do it at Man United, but he looked happy today.
And what about the priorities for Aston Villa? How do they shape up? Because you've got the Champions League to come up against Paris Saint-Germain. They're 4 points off the top 4. Does Emery have to pick a couple to focus on? How does he do it?
Not really, to be fair. Their squad's brilliant. The bench, the players that they could bring off the bench, you don't need to prioritise any one. They're all good competitions. Obviously, the FA Cup, they would love to go to the FA Cup because it's a great opportunity. A lot of the big teams are out, and we have to see how Man City get on with Bournemouth later on this afternoon. So you would make Villa one of the favourites to go on and lift this cup, but they still want to have a good run in the PSG in the Champions League. You're not going to throw that to one side and try and qualify. It's good. It's exciting times for Aston Villa fans. They're living the dream at the moment, that's for sure.
Well, it's not quite Newcastle standards, is it? Because they won the League Cup in 1996, but they haven't won the FA Cup since 1957. We know it was special last night in Newcastle, but there could be some great scenes in Birmingham, couldn't there? How realistic that they get over the line here and win the FA Cup?
Only one side of Birmingham, not both sides.
Oh, no, sorry, of course, with the blue side of it.
The blue side of it. But no, it could be good times for Aston Villa fans. Listen, Unai Emery, as I said, since he's gone into that football club, the way he's changed it and evolved the football club, and everyone's playing for each other and the style of play, and he's got the experience as well. That's the thing with Unai Emery. He has the experience. And I knew as soon as Rashford went to Aston Villa, it was kind of make or break for me with Marcus Rashford. Are you going to go in there, a manager who got the best out of Watkins, took his game to a different level? And he's doing that with Marcus Rashford. And it's good to see. He's just doing an interview now on TV and he's got a big beaming smile on his face. That is what you want to see from Marcus Rashford.
And how much credit should Monchi get for bringing in the likes of Rashford in January? Because we were just talking there about lots of options and permutations, trying to figure out what they're going to do with the players off the bench. It wasn't necessarily like that 5 or 6 months ago at Villa.
No, definitely. And, yeah, full credit to them. There's a lot of other teams trying to get Marcus Rashford, but I think in his hearts of hearts, I think Premier League football is the best for Marcus Rashford. It's the best league in the world. If he had maybe gone somewhere else and not played as regular as he would have, he might not have made that England team. So Thomas Tuchel's come in, put him in the England squad. That helps Marcus Rashford. When you're getting picked for international level and you don't think you've hit top form, that should make you, moving forward, have the confidence. And he has got the confidence at the moment. And fair play to him and good luck to him. I think everyone wants to see Marcus Rashford playing football again and enjoying his football.
And is Paul Heckingbottom now? I know they're not absolutely safe, but for Preston, is it a case of looking at next season and maybe what they can do? Yeah,
they've got a lot of injuries, you know. Watching the game today, there's a lot of injuries. There's 7 or 8 regular players that were sitting in the stands watching the game. So, yeah, it's down to Paul Heckingbottom. He went in there. It's kind of steady stuff. I think they're going to kick on next season. He needs a bit of help in the transfer market, which he will do. And they could try and qualify for the... No, what am I saying, qualify? Try and get into the playoff places
top
next
6,
season. Yeah, I'm thinking like it's Champions League. Yeah.
Well, it feels like that, doesn't it, as well, to be fair. You never know when you get in those top 6 what it can be. So no glory for Preston, who last won the FA Cup in 1938. If you're looking at this at Unai Emery now, we know the draw's going to come up. I think it's taking place before the Bournemouth-Manchester City game. We'll bring you that as soon as we get it on Sky Sports News. Who is Unai Emery going to want? We know that Palace went through yesterday, Forest went through last night.
Listen, when it comes to this, you don't want any of the teams. There's a reason these teams have qualified for the semi-final. You look at it, would you want to play Palace, the form they're in at the moment? No, Forest, they're in fantastic form. Villa in good form. And even Bournemouth and Man City, whoever wins out of them, they're all top teams. So it's one of those. You can't pick and choose who you want out of it now, because you've got to the semi-final, and there's a reason all these teams have got to the semi-final. It's just the luck of the draw who you get pulled out. And both of the games, it's not like you have home advantage because they're at Wembley anyway.